Just so far so good through 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, I think
as well as could have gone?
Yeah, I think as a team, we're looking at how we can fix kind of those first halves and just become a better team all around, especially on the defensive end, and then executing on offense. But, so far 2 games and 2 wins on the road, so, you can't ask for more than that.
Is that the big emphasis, like, let's throw the first punch and just kind of try and demoralize the other team?
I think the emphasis is just get better. As a whole, I think, you don't want to constantly be trading baskets in the first half. Like Coach has said, that puts a lot of pressure on your offense to make sure that you're making baskets. So I think we just want to pick up the defensive intensity a little bit.
It was honestly your first time sharing the floor with Bland. I mean, what was that dynamic kind of like too? And it's like 2 really great passers and rebounders.
Yeah, I think we maybe both had an assist to each other. So, she's fun to be out there with, and obviously, her length makes the defensive side a lot easier. And then obviously, she's a super smart player on the offensive side of things. So it's been fun so far.
How does your role change, even if it's slightly, compared to being in the starting lineup and coming off the bench?
It doesn't change much. I think, my goal always is just to come in and, do the things that I do, and, do them to the best of my ability. So, whether I'm starting the game or I'm coming off the bench, I want to make sure that I'm bringing the same energy, and, hopefully coming off the bench is a little more pressure just from the standpoint of, you have to pick up the starters, or if they started really good, you have to make sure that you keep that going. So, from a approach standpoint, I'll approach it the same way.
Looking forward to being back at Target Center for real in front of like full fans regular season.
Yeah, super excited for tomorrow. Obviously they had a great run last year, making it to the finals. So I think we'll have a good crowd, and excited to be back there.
What are some things you learned about Dallas in that first matchup?
I think Dallas is a very well-rounded team. I think they're still trying to figure some things out on the offensive end, with a new coach and so many new pieces, but they're a very talented team, so I think, we have to make sure that we come into the game locked in for 40 minutes.
You sense a strong buzz here in town, just with the Wolves and your home opener?
Oh, for sure. I mean, obviously, the Wolves playing today, and then, us starting back at home tomorrow. I think, everyone's excited about basketball in Minnesota right now, and it's a great place to be. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah. Lack of coffee.
Yeah.
One last thing is just how you feel like the defense continues to be a work in progress, and having that be kind of like a focal point at this time.
I think it's just our, we focus a lot on ball pressure and, seeking deflections. It's not just something that comes. So, we have some players that are really good at it, and some of us that, want to be better at it. So I think, we worked on kind of, little drills that really put an emphasis on those things.